If you have a Bluebird Wanderlodge M380 or 450 and it has those two-part blue vinyl ball joint boots that many of us have installed, this video might be for you. I installed mine about 6 years ago when Ryan first came up with them, and I really appreciate his developing those boots for us owners. While doing my annual pre-summer lube job this year, I discovered that both my top boots had split on one side, with the opposite side being fine. That's obviously not a good thing because it would have allowed dust and contaminants access to the ball joint. This short video is how I fixed the problem without buying a completely new and very expensive set. I do my summer lube job in two parts, first the front, then the rear, raising each on the Bigfoot jacks with a block underneath. For safety, I use a couple of 22-ton jack stands placed directly under the frame, and I also block the rear tires to keep things from moving. When I'm doing the work on the front end, I often tilt the front wheels left or right, and that gives me better access to the area. What you see here is a boot that's been removed from the coach by snipping the two safety wire bands which secure it, and being careful obviously to not puncture the boot itself. Then I washed it up in the laundry tub, and that's the way it came out. There's quite a bit of leftover glue on the joint and surfaces, so I used an X-Acto knife to carefully scrape it off. I didn't know what kind of chemical I needed to do it, so I just figured I'd scrape it off.
This is one of the boots, the old boots. I cleaned it up, just soap and water, and then I carefully scraped most of the, if you look on the inside you can see it, most of the glue off the actual joint, okay, that's the one without the glue. And then well, actually it was the one that I glued. What I also did, and this is upside down, but I actually added a piece of the vinyl that they included in the glue kit across the top to hold that together. Once it's in place on the ball joint itself, I'll do the same thing to the other side, which should keep everything together nicely and never have to worry about it again. Open it up, throw some glue on the joint itself, then put it back together, okay? I'll also put a wire around it before I add the glue so that I'm ready to, I might even just do it with a zip tie temporarily, and then use a wire to affix it once the glue in the joint itself has set. I use safety wire upper and lower, and then I used a temporary zip tie to hold everything together while it dried overnight. I also added a small piece of vinyl, which comes in as part of the glue kit from Union Laboratories, the Boxer brand of vinyl glue, and cut a piece and then just kind of attached it there. Once I take the zip tie off, I'll go ahead and glue it again. So there's plenty of glue on the upper and lower joint there. There's no danger of it ever coming off again.
And here's the finished product with the glue on the joint. And I think I'll be good for another 7 years. What do you think? I also used a syringe to apply the glue, just sucked it right out of the tube, and that made it easier to apply. And then also I purchased a roll of steel wire to wrap around the boot and attach it. That does it for the ball joint boot fix portion of the video, but I thought I'd throw in some pictures of my front disc brake rotors. After 30,000 miles and 7 years, just about perfect condition. I also took a look at the pads, and hardly any wear on them. But then, of course, I do use the engine brake going down most steep hills that are out here in the West. So the proper braking technique makes a difference. Thanks for watching.